And now I will move on to the face brushes. The most popular tool to apply face makeup with is at this point, and has been for some years now, the beauty blender. I do have a beauty blender, but I'm not ready to show it to you because I have had it for some time now, and even though I wash it, I have tried to, use it for all kinds of things. And one time I tried to blend out like more of a permanent eyebrow product with it, and now it's stained with that, so I'm not showing it to you, but I'm sure everyone knows the beauty blender. Also for foundation, I sometimes like to use this type of brush. This is also a MAC brush. This is a 130. It's a MAC 130. What I like about this is that it's quite, thick, but it also has a bit of like more tapered edges over here, so you can apply foundation with it, and then it also kind of creates that airbrush effect. More seamless, a more seamless look. You can get it using this one. I also use this one sometimes for highlighter if I'm going for a more metallic look on my highlighter, such as today. What else can this be used for? I don't actually believe in brushes being meant for just one thing. I think you can use this for blush, since it also has this more thinly packed area over here. Maybe for cream blush, I think this is amazing. I'm sure I have already tried it in that direction. Next, I will show you two brushes that I use for bronzer. They're actually the same. This one I got in the set with the other two baby brushes, and this one is the full version. This is also more of tapered duo fiber brush, and I like the way this applies bronzer. It diffuses as well as applying at the same time, so it takes a lot of the work out of it. This is mainly what I use it for bronzer. There was a time many years ago when this brush was used to apply foundation, but I actually think that with it being so flexible and the dual fiber hairs being so bendy, I think this one, which is more dense, does a way better job at applying foundation than this one. Since these are so bendy, they can create streaks of foundation, and then you would have to go over it and blend out the streaks with something else, so it doesn't really make a lot of sense. Right, what else? I wanted to show you two types of brushes. These are wet. I washed them right before starting the video. These are two types of brushes that can basically do the same thing. It all comes down to preference. I use these, alternatively to apply powder blush, powder bronzer, and highlighter. It depends. Sometimes I like to use the same brush. I start by applying the bronzer with it, and then I just wipe off the excess on my hand, and then I apply a bit of blusher with it, and then wipe off that excess, and then I apply the highlighter at the end, so that there's the tiniest amount of product left, and then everything, you know, comes together in the most beautiful way. And this I like to use in the same way. This type of brush, this is also a Sigma brush, and I have had it since I have also had the eye brush. This is an F40, and this, you know, type of you know, angled tipped brush or slanted brush is, you know, it's supposed to help with carving out the cheekbones. I think if you know, if you think this helps, I haven't really found that it helps. What has helped me a lot more is feeling out my bone structure, so you can feel where your bone is, and then adding like about half a centimeter below, we add the bronzer or the sculpting shade that you want to use, and that's it. You don't need a slanted brush for that. You can use a straight brush for that, and it would be the exact same effect. But as I said, it comes down to preference, and I love both of these. Also for highlighting, I have been loving the Luxie 737 tapered highlighting brush. This is, you know, I got it in one of the Look Fantastic beauty boxes, and I love it. I also apply my blusher with it. I like its look. I like that it's tapered. I like that it's not too flexible, also not too what's the antonym for flexible? That it's not too unflexible. So I really like this one, and it really does an amazing job at applying highlighter, so this is a yay. And then also for highlighting, I love to use the Real Techniques brush. What is it called? It's actually called the setting brush, and from what I can remember, they recommended that we use this to set the under eye area. It does have like a very nice shape for that. I don't set my under eyes because my skin is very dry, and I don't really like applying any powder, especially on my under eyes. So I only use concealers that don't crease. That's my trick. But I like to use this to apply highlighter from time to time, and then any type of more, you know, detail work on my foundation I also like to do with this. I also contour with it sometimes. Sorry about that. I was talking about the Real Techniques brush, and I was saying that this is nice to apply contouring products with, and cream blush, and it's just a good, you know, all-around brush. It has that domed shape, and just its shape and the way its bristles are packed, I think it's very nice. And the Real Techniques brushes are made by Sam and Nick Chapman. They're the Pixie Woo sisters. They're one of the first, you know, like beauty YouTuber sensations ever, and they started this line, and I have had this brush. It's quite affordable, and I have had it for many years now, and it's holding up beautifully. And then the last type of brushes that I wanted to show you are these. Yeah, this one is a Sigma F30, and it's called a large powder brush. And this one is one that I got from the makeup course, and they're basically like huge brushes. They're basically huge brushes that you use to apply some powder You know, I dab them into the powder like this, then I shake most of it off, and then I barely touch my face right over here on the center of the forehead with, and maybe a bit on the bridge of the nose. I think they're, you know, looking really good, but then again, I haven't been really using them a lot because I don't use a lot of powder. I mainly use them whenever I did someone's makeup, so whenever I had like a client that I was doing makeup for. But I think this type of brush is quite useful. If you do use powder, maybe your skin is more on the oily side and you prefer more mattified look. So yeah, definitely, you know, if you invest in one, I don't think you would need another one for the next 10 years. Okay, and these are the types of brushes that I use. I hope you find some of this information interesting. Let me know in the comments down below if there are any other types of brushes that you are interested in. I can do the research, I can buy one, we can try it together, and we can see if there is something that you might want to try. And yeah, that's it. Thank you so much for taking the time to watch my video and to hang out with me. Please tell your friends about my channel, about my videos, if you think they might like them. And I will see you all soon in my next video. Bye!